First Nephi chapter 7. Lehi's sons have to go back to Jerusalem. So they accomplish this first task and they're super excited, and then they get the message, you have to go back. But I'm sure they're kind of happy though, because they're going back for the purpose of getting Ishmael and his family, who has lots of daughters, plenty for Lehi's sons to marry. Because I'm sure they thought of that when they got into the wilderness, like, all right, we're supposed to go to a promised land, but how are we going to have babies? So, yeah, I'm sure that got solved pretty quickly after a lot of prayer. And so they go back, they get Ishmael and his family. It's not just daughters, but they get his family. And it kind of seems that they choose wives pretty quickly, or at least some of the daughters go with Laman and Lemuel, like 2 daughters go with Laman and Lemuel, and some other people. And then you have this story of they start rebelling. So the rebellious of the children of Ishmael start rebelling alongside Laman and Lemuel, and then it leaves Nephi and Ishmael and his wife and like a couple of the kids of Ishmael and I think Sam to fend for themselves in the wilderness. They're not even back to Lehi yet, and Lehi could probably persuade everybody at the point, but they're all alone, and so they're like, oh, what do we do? So Nephi stands up boldly and says, some things like, how do you not have faith? Let's have faith. Let's do this. Then Laman and Lemuel, they tie him up, and they tie him up for the purpose of leaving him there, and then they're going to go back to Jerusalem. But Nephi says a prayer, the bands are loosed, and he stands before them again. Then the interesting thing happens. They are still angry with him. They try to lay their hands on him again, and then one of the daughters of Ishmael comes to his defense, along with her mom and a couple of the sons, or a son of Ishmael. So I think she's chosen who she likes too. Anyway, then the principle in the chapter that I came to is found in verse 21. And it says, "And it came to pass that I did frankly forgive them all that they had done unto me. And I did exhort them that they would pray unto the Lord their God for forgiveness." So that's Nephi talking about how eventually Laman and Lemuel begged and pleaded for his forgiveness for how they had acted. And he frankly forgave them. And that is such an important principle to apply in our lives, to not hold on to the things that people legitimately did wrong to us, but that if we hold on to them, it only brings us further down. And those people that we choose not to forgive probably don't even remember what they did to us, because they move on. They didn't really, they weren't super affected by it because it didn't hurt them like it hurt you. And so the best option is to frankly forgive people all that they do to you. And it's a commandment. We are required to forgive all men. The Lord, however, will forgive who he will forgive. And he will have, all the information he needs to judge, whereas we don't always have all the information to make judgments. So that is what I learned. Happy reading, and I want to hear what you learned.